The silence between them during that military ceremony last week lasted maybe 3 seconds. But honestly, I think those 3 seconds told us more about Princess Leonor and Infanta Sofia than an entire year of royal headlines ever could. Not because they were fighting. Not because there was some dramatic palace scandal. But because for the first time, Sofia looked like someone who fully understood what her sister's future actually means, and what it quietly takes away from everyone around her. And once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Because while the Spanish media keeps selling us this polished fairy tale about the future Queen Leonor, there's another story happening in the background that almost nobody talks about anymore. The story of the sister standing next to the crown, but never touching it. And I think that realization finally hit Sofia harder than people expected. The moment I saw it, I immediately thought about Prince Harry standing beside William for years. I thought about Princess Margaret watching Queen Elizabeth become untouchable. Even Prince Andrew once admitted that being the spare changes how people treat you inside royal life. History keeps repeating itself in monarchies. One child becomes the institution. The other becomes support staff with a title. And maybe that sounds harsh, but tell me I'm wrong. Because over the last few months, Leonor's image has transformed completely. Not gradually, aggressively. The military training, the official speeches, the carefully timed appearances, the way palace cameras suddenly frame her alone more often now. That is not accidental branding. That is succession mode. And the painful part for Sofia? It means the palace no longer sees the sisters as equals publicly, even if emotionally they still are privately. If you're new to Leonor's story, subscribe, I post every day. Because this is exactly the kind of royal shift most channels miss. People focus on the dresses, the smiles, the headlines, but the real story is always hidden in the emotional cost behind the image. And honestly, I think Sofia is beginning to understand the price of all this. You know what fascinates me most? For years, Sofia was almost protected from the pressure. Leonor carried the expectations. Leonor carried the military obligations. Leonor carried the future queen narrative. Meanwhile, Sofia looked freer, more relaxed, more normal, almost like the palace wanted her to represent the life Leonor could never have. But here's the twist nobody talks about. Freedom inside a royal family can become loneliness very quickly. Because the closer Leonor moves toward the throne, the more the system naturally rearranges itself around her. That's what monarchies do. Everything bends toward the heir. Everything. Schedules, security, protocol, attention, even family dynamics. And lately, I've noticed something subtle that honestly changed how I see Sofia completely. She's started looking less like Leonor's little sister, and more like someone quietly preparing herself emotionally for distance. Not physical distance. Institutional distance. There's a difference. Because once Leonor officially becomes queen one day, their relationship changes forever whether they want it or not. That's the tragedy monarchy never advertises. The crown doesn't just transform the person wearing it. It transforms everyone connected to them. And I think Sofia finally sees that now. Look at the timing of everything happening around the Spanish royal family lately. The palace keeps emphasizing continuity, duty, preparation, stability. Why now? Why such aggressive messaging in 2026 specifically? Because Europe's royal families are all watching each other right now. Look at Prince William and Kate in Britain. Their entire public image recently shifted toward future monarchy management. More serious appearances, more controlled messaging, less spontaneity. Spain is doing the same thing with Leonor. This isn't coincidence. This is the new royal strategy across Europe. Prepare younger heirs early before public trust becomes unstable. And Leonor fits perfectly into that strategy because her military image works incredibly well online.